8-year-old Ayo was the youngest son of the village chief. He had big, curious eyes and a heart full of adventure. While other children stayed close to their homes, Ayo loved to wander just a little farther. Not too far, but enough to feel the thrill of exploring. That evening, while the villagers were preparing for the sunset meal, Ayo saw a butterfly with wings so blue they looked like the sky itself. Laughing quietly to himself, he followed it past the edge of the village, past the trees and into the tall grass. He kept walking, giggling until the butterfly vanished. When he looked up, he was all alone. He turned left, then right. Everything looked the same. The shadows were longer now. The warm breeze had turned cool, and for the first time Ayo felt something he hadn't known before. Fear. Back in the village, his mother noticed he wasn't at the table. She asked his older brother, then the neighbors. Minutes passed. Worry turned into panic. The village men grabbed torches and began searching, calling Ayo's name into the rising dark. But the savannah doesn't wait for humans. It has its own rules. Ayo walked slowly now. The rustle of leaves felt louder than before. Every sound made his heart race. He tried calling out, but only the echo of his own voice came back. Then suddenly he heard something else. A deep, low growl. He froze. Through the grass, not more than 20 feet away, stood a lion. Its golden eyes locked onto him. Its mane blew gently in the wind, and its huge body moved with silent power. Ayo didn't scream. He couldn't. He just stood, there staring. And then, the lion stepped closer. The world seemed to stop. Everyone who heard the story later assumed the worst. The lion must have attacked, they said. What chance did a child have? But what happened next changed everything. The lion came forward slowly but not aggressively. It stopped just a few feet from Ayo. The child trembled but didn't. Run, and the lion sat down. For a long moment the two stared at each other, one out of fear, the other out of something else, something impossible to name. Then the lion did something no one could explain. It lowered its massive head and gently nudged Ayo's hand with its nose, like a mother reassuring her cub. Ayo blinked. Was this real? He slowly reached out and touched its fur. It was warm, rough, alive. The lion stayed beside him as the night crept in. The stars began to shine, and the cries of distant animals filled the air. But Ayo wasn't alone. He sat beside the lion, leaning against it like a pillow, slowly falling asleep to the rhythm of its breathing. Meanwhile, the search party had found nothing. They were preparing to return, broken and hopeless, when one of the trackers noticed large paw prints in the dirt. "Lion," he whispered. "This way." They followed carefully, torches high, expecting the worst. Then, in the faint glow of the moonlight, they saw it. The lion, and beside it, Ayo. At first, they panicked. Spears were raised, ready to attack. But the lion didn't move. It simply stood, calmly, as if guarding something precious. One of the elders stepped forward slowly and called out to Ayo. The boy stirred, his eyes opening. "Mama?" he murmured. The lion looked at the men, then at Ayo, and finally stepped aside, as if giving him back. The moment was pure magic. Ayo ran into the arms of his people. He was safe, but no one moved against the lion. They didn't dare, because in their hearts they knew this was no ordinary animal. The lion gave one last look, turned, and disappeared into the tall grass. Days passed. Then weeks. Ayo became a legend in the village. Everyone wanted to hear his story. "What did the lion say?" they asked. "Were you afraid?" He smiled each time, still not fully understanding what had happened. The story spread beyond the village, through towns, across countries, even into cities far away. News reporters, wildlife experts, and filmmakers came to visit. A video of the lion lying beside the sleeping child went viral. Millions watched in awe. What made the lion act that way? Some wondered. Was it kindness? Instinct? A miracle? Scientists gave theories, elders gave wisdom, but Ayo gave the truest answer. I think the lion saw I was just a cub too. As time passed, the area was declared a protected zone. Rangers were sent to make sure animals like that lion would never be hunted or harmed. People from around the world donated money, wanting to protect the savanna that gave the world such a beautiful story. One day, while filming a documentary, near the same place Ayo had been found, the crew spotted a lion watching them from afar. It didn't approach. It didn't flee. It simply stood still, proud and silent. Some said it was the same lion. Others weren't sure. But Ayo, now older, saw the footage and smiled. "That's him," he said quietly. He remembers. The story reminded people of something we often forget, that nature isn't just about survival. Sometimes it's about connection, about a moment between a child and a creature of the wild who saw something pure in each other. Oh, and if this story touched your heart even a little, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps us bring more powerful stories like this to the world and reminds us all that beauty and wonder still exist out there. In the end, Ayo grew up, becoming a ranger himself, protecting the very land that once protected him. Every so often on quiet evenings, he would look out across the tall grass and remember that night, the fear, the stillness, the warmth of that lion beside him. And somewhere, deep in the heart of the savanna, perhaps that lion remembers too. Thank you for staying till the end. May your heart always stay open to the unexpected magic of the world.